So self-help has a trap built into it, and it feels exactly like the real thing. You watch a video about how to be more disciplined and you feel something, like a little hit of motivation, like something's about to change. But by the next morning, it's gone. And you feel worse than you did before you press play. So guess what you do? You watch another one, and it works again for about a day, and then it doesn't. So you watch another one. And at some point, you stop noticing that the thing you're using to feel better is the thing that made you feel worse in the first place. That's not self-improvement, that's a loop. And most of us are in it right now without realizing it. I'm in it. I've been in it for years, hundreds of videos, and every single one left me feeling further behind than the last. And honestly, before any of it, you were fine. We were fine. We weren't thinking about any of this. You were just living your life. And then someone looked into the camera and told you your life wasn't enough. And something inside us believes it. That's where it starts. Anyway, here's what I mean. Think about your breathing. Right now, before I said that, your body was handling it without you even being aware of it. But now that I've mentioned it, you're aware of it. You're probably controlling it a little. It feels uncomfortable in a way it didn't 10 seconds ago. That's what self-help did to your life. You were figuring things out, not perfectly, and nobody does. But you were moving, yeah? And then the content started. And every video had a different way of telling you to look at yourself more closely, to check whether you were doing it right. And slowly you went from someone who was living to someone who's monitoring their living against some version of a person that doesn't actually exist. And there's a name for this. There's a Danish psychologist called Svend Brinkmann, and he calls it the health paradox. And it's basically this: the more help people receive, the more they start to self-diagnose and the worse they feel. And the worst part is it feels like progress, when really you're just becoming more aware of everything you think is wrong with you. And look, a good book at the right time can change the trajectory of your life. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the scroll, that daily consumption. And at that scale, self-help doesn't fix your problems. It makes you hyper aware of problems you didn't know you had. That's the monitor. You weren't broken before the video. You were just living. The videos will put the crack in the glass, and then it sold you the glue. But knowing that doesn't fix it, because some of us also figure this out. We realize that maybe the hustle content culture and the fix yourself messaging is the problem. So we look for something deeper. And we find concepts like abundance and presence, this idea that you're already enough. And for a moment, it feels like freedom. But then guess what we do? We do the same thing again. We turn that into a self-improvement project too. We start asking ourselves whether we're being present enough, and before long, the thing that was supposed to free us has become another checklist. You're trying to achieve abundance rather than rest in what you already have. The moment you build a routine around staying in abundance, you've turned it into something you have to earn again. You swapped one monitor for a nicer looking monitor, but the underlying assumption never changed. You're still starting from, I'm not there yet. And that's the trap inside the trap. And it's why no self-help book will ever be the last one you read. So why? Why does self-abundance become the thing that can allow you to escape this? You're already enough. You hear it in every book and every podcast. You're already whole. But why? Why am I abundant? Just because someone said so? Because it's on a poster somewhere? No. Because the evidence is inside you right now. Put your hand on your chest and really feel that. That's 100,000 beats today. You didn't schedule or earn A single one of them. Someone cared enough to give you a heartbeat before you even knew you existed. That's not neutral. That is someone or something pouring resources into keeping you alive every second without you asking. And you're watching a video about whether you're enough. That's abundance. Not something you achieve or learn from a book, but the thing that was running before you woke up this morning. The noise is what made you forget. Self-help didn't give you something you were missing. It convinced you something was missing in the first place. And that would be enough on its own, but it's not the whole thing. You were given a heartbeat, but you were also given something no other living thing has. The ability to look at your own life and feel something about the fact that it exists. And neither one was an accident. So what do you do with this? Nothing. Don't give up. Just stop piling things on top of what's already there. And yeah, you'll still feel inadequate some days. That feeling will show up. And the move isn't to fix it or go watch another video or make it stop. It's just a feeling. It arose, it'll pass. Not a signal to act on, just weather. The only honest thing you can do is let it be there without treating it like it's true. And then just notice your heart is still beating. It was beating before you press play, and it'll keep beating long after you close this app. That was always there, waiting for you to notice. See you in the next one.